Good evening, YouTubers. This is your zip code Farik. Matt Shiny here in the 92805 zip code on this Tuesday, June 23rd in the evening at the ZCF Studios in Southern California. Did I say it was the 92805 zip code? Forgive me for repeating myself if I did. But tonight's zip code for this segment is still in the state of Pennsylvania, 16616, Beccaria, Pennsylvania. Or as the Italians would say, Beccaria. In fact, it was named for an Italian thinker of the Enlightenment in the late 18th century, Cesare Beccaria. Why the people here chose this, I'm not sure. It's toward the middle of the state in what's known as the Pennsylvania Wilds, at about 1,375 feet above sea level. Very, very heavily timbered when they first came across it, and when I took a look at a Google picture of it, it still is very heavily forested. There's open fields and stuff. The county it's in is called Clearfield County, there, as I said, in central Pennsylvania. And it was called that because the bison in the area, and remember we talked about Pennsylvania once being so forested that squirrels could go from tree to tree without having to come down across the whole state. Turns out there are bison here as well that did their best to mess the squirrels up that way, not on purpose, but bison would often clear fields and they're passing through areas. And so they were in the woods here too. In Pennsylvania, they ranged a lot farther than just the plains. And so their action of clearing fields of vegetation and whatnot gave this area its name for the county, Clearfield. Beccaria is about 2.38 square miles in area. As far as the zip code area is concerned, 103 people as of 2024. Supposed to be 95 people as of this year. It's 100% rural. The median household income is $28,542 a year. So this is an area of not much for income. 39.5% poverty rate, more than 3 times as high as Pennsylvania's. So this is kind of a little taste, I guess you want to call it, Pennsylvania's Appalachia, maybe. Even though it's not technically in, much of the state, it can be considered Allegheny related if it's not in the actual mountain range itself. Median age is 48.9 years. A family by the name of Hegarty settled here, father and son, and they got heavily into lumber and coal, and especially lumber because there's much of it here, pine, oak, and hemlock mostly. And those industries eventually died, but they were able enough to, they did well enough to be able to build a mansion here called the Hegarty Mansion, and it is used even now today for a haunted house around Halloween. And people come from all over the area just to, when they get it together and get it done and get it up for that, people come here to experience haunted house. So that's really the main attraction of this area. I guess, for the most part, it's very quiet, very rural, very out of the way. I didn't check for house values, but I'm going to say you could probably get a steal of a deal here, perhaps. Right now, the weather, 70 degrees, low of 49. That's what you get when you're not in a an urban heat island, excuse me. Temperatures drop pretty good at night still. Wednesday, high of 51. Wednesday, high of 75, low of 51. Thursday, high of 78, low of 60, partly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. Friday, high of 70, low of 60, partly cloudy with a chance of rain. So Beccaria, 16616. Cesare, if only you could see your name here now. Anyway, if you hit like, leave a comment in the comment section below. Here in the Pennsylvania Wilds that we're talking about, the 16616 zip code, Beccaria, Pennsylvania. Have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video.